Anyway, when I could get back into microphones, I've talked about microphones too often on this channel. What I want to talk about is, you know what? Actually, yeah, we'll do that. I want to talk about my new keyboard. So, can I pull the cable? There we go. So, I've replaced my Vantar, my Cougar Vantar. I now, I now have a Cherry Stream. It is once again a scissor switch keyboard, but the build quality is considerably better. So, okay, the problem with my Vantar is my Vantar, it feels amazing. It's an amazing feeling keyboard, but the build quality is, how you say, lacking. Yes, lacking is a good way to put it. So, occasionally I would notice if I bumped it, the lights would flicker out for, like, maybe half a second. No, maybe like a tenth of a second. But if you were like pressing any key during that time, that key would not be registered. So I think that the keyboard was sort of, I think the cable internally wasn't properly connected, or something weird was happening on the inside that made it so it disconnected briefly. It wouldn't happen like every couple of seconds. It'd be like maybe a couple of times an hour on the worst days. Like, usual days it'd be like maybe once an hour, which I can live with. But when I was recording videos and it happened, it would make me have to like restart that recording, and it was annoying to deal with. So I went and bought, actually for that, I was looking at keyboards that I could consider getting. Let's see. Let's see if we can find, what was the other one I was gonna get? Actually, I was considering just buying another Vantar. That was the first thing. I was considering getting another Vantar. I decided against that because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was a problem with the keyboard itself, or a problem with just the product in general. So I decided against that, and after looking at some of the user reviews, it seems like a lot of people have a similar problem with it. Like, after a year and a half, 2 years or so, it starts to get a bit flaky with like how well it works. So I decided to try something new. The first thing I was looking at was this right here. This is not a scissor switch keyboard, which already was going to be something I was gonna have to like get used to. But this was a one of the like low profile cherry switches, one of these boys, which they're more low profile like the full switches, but still a bit too big for my liking. The yeah, that was the main problem I had with that one. Also, it's 10 keyless, and I know that a lot of people don't care about the number keys. I use the number keys as a macro bay. So, unless you have a macro bay, I need my numpad. That's basically my minimum requirement. I don't do 10 keyless, I don't do 60%. I want my full keyboard. So after that, I went and looked at another one. It was actually another one of the mechanical keyboards, which for me, as I said, kind of rare. There was that one. That Yeah, there was that one, and what was another one we had? Yes, that's another one. So let's see if their website loads. This was another one I looked at. This was a very low profile keyboard. It had chiclet style keys. It had the same sort of mechanical key switches, but rather than having like the regular desktop switches, this one was chiclet, which I prefer my chiclet keys. This one, once again, also 10 keyless. I don't know why so many of the really nice keyboards are 10 keyless. I guess because if you're a gamer, you don't really need the numpad. Unless you are not dumb, like presumably me, and if you're a streamer and you want some fucking macro keys. So once again, no macro keys because it's a 10 keyless, which is annoying. But this would have been, if it had a if it had a numpad, this probably would have been my next keyboard. I'm not a big fan of the mechanical switches, but I can learn to live with them if it has chiclet-style keys. But I need my numpad. And if someone knows a version of this keyboard that does have a numpad, please let me know, and I will consider buying it as my next keyboard. Now, one after that. This is the first one where I was like, okay, I am very interested in buying this. It doesn't have a numpad. It's got like this weird merge thing. I don't know what you call this format. Which isn't great, but I can still use these as a macro base, so it's fine. Two problems though. First problem, fucking Bluetooth keyboard. Here's my other problem. All of the really good keyboards, like this one has a wired mode, so that's fine. But all of the really good keyboards I was looking at were Bluetooth. I don't want to charge my keyboard. I just want to plug it in and have it work. So, this was going to be good. I think this one was actually, I think this was... Oh no, this one was mechanical. I was going to say it was scissor switch, but no, it is mechanical. And it looked pretty good as well. It's got some weird font choices, but I can accept them. So I didn't end up going with that one. Then I was going to get, like, really fucking desperate. And I actually was thinking of getting something that maybe people would get triggered by if I told them that I had it. And that would actually make it funnier. I was actually considering buying... Where is it? No, not the laptop version. I want the desktop version. Where is it? Give me 1 second. Here it is. No, not that one. It was the older version. Yeah. It was this right here. I know I'm using Google, don't complain. I was actually going to buy an Apple keyboard. I wasn't going to buy a Magic keyboard. I don't like Bluetooth. I was going to go find like one on eBay that was one of the older ones you plug in. I was actually going to buy it because I know these keyboards are beautiful to type on. I know that's going to trigger someone be like, oh, but it's scissor switch. Actually, no, I think it's membrane, actually. I think that one actually might be membrane. Very, very well-built keyboard, though. Very much considering that. I know, someone's going to complain about that, but I think it's a good keyboard. Actually, no, I think you can use this one wired. Yeah, because this one has a USB bay on it. I also looked at a... Here it is. I also looked at one of these because it's the same sort of idea. I was going to get a Surface keyboard. Once again, I think it would have been hilarious if I did buy that. And just to see sort of the response that I got anytime I mentioned that I had a Microsoft keyboard. It would have been funny. But also this one was just obscenely expensive. And it's like, do I really want to pay that much for a keyboard? My answer was ultimately no, because I think it would have cost... I think it was going to be like $160 Australian, which for a keyboard with no bells and whistles is a little bit much. So, I ultimately went back to one of the things that I initially thought about, and that was the Cherry Stream. This keyboard, quite difficult to get in Australia. There's not really many shippers for it. But I eventually found one. I found one on Amazon. And this was actually the US version with a euro symbol. I don't care about the euro symbol. I still have my dollar there, so that's fine. But yeah, there's a euro on it as well, which I guess I can just say I have a euro on my keyboard. So it doesn't have the chiclet style keys, which did bother me. I've gotten used to it because they are... I don't know if you saw it well before, but this thing, like, is very low. Like, I don't know if you can really tell. This, like, the keys on this are incredibly low profile. If I put something next to it for scale, here we go. here is one of the pens I got from Vivaldi. So you know how big a pen usually is. So if we look at like how high it is, compare that to that. Just like it's actually tiny. There is basically no travel on this keyboard, and that is exactly what I want. I want no travel in my keys. I want to be able to press it, and it just presses the thing. And also, the other nice advantage of this one, it is $60. I guess technically $70 for $10 shipping. But this keyboard so far has actually been really nice. It did take a bit to get used to because I'm not used to the keycaps, but I'm liking it. It also has I don't know if you noticed those. It has media keys on it. It has dedicated media keys. And one really cool thing about these media keys is that under Linux, these media keys actually show up as separate keys. It's not like, oh, I press like, I don't know, I press a media key that is merged together with my my F keys, for example, and it's just like not really a media key. It's just like it has an icon on there saying it also is a media key. No, these media keys are actually dedicated buttons that show up as the proper media keys. And that's really nice to have. I haven't actually bound them just yet, but if I run them in XEV, it just says like, for example, I don't know if I can no, I can't show you because of the way I've got my thing set up. But like if I press, say like the volume key, it says XF86 audio raise volume. Or if I press the play key, it shows up as XF86 audio play. So I can like use this perfectly fine. And I need to do that because it's going to make my streams just slightly more convenient. Also, it has a dedicated email key, which I don't know if shows up properly. I haven't tested that one. The lock key shows up as no... Wait, what does it show up as? It shows up as... Wait, Super L? Wait, what? Huh, okay, sure. Maybe that one doesn't work properly. But there's a home key button on here, which I guess is to open up your browser. There's a email icon, which shows up as XF86 email. And there's a calculator icon, which I'm not going to use for a calculator, but I'll find something for it. Maybe like notes or something. So I'm going to say it's still very early of having this keyboard, but for $60, honestly, it might be worth it. So, yeah, I'm going to say it's probably worth it for that much. If it breaks, that's fine. I could buy another one.